Hello, guys. You are back with Just M after a very long while. I've been poorly, guys, so sometimes I'm on for a while, sometimes I'm not on for a while. So, anyhow, I am standing in the snapshot for 1.14 and I've come up with an iron farm that tends to work pretty well. I don't know much about this new thing. All I know is that the villagers need a bed and they need a workstation. And that's about as far as I have got. Now I'm going to come over. It's not a tutorial, so please don't think it is. But I will go through how I've actually made it. What I'm going to do, I am going to put myself into creative and I'm going to whiz up there, if it'll go up, to my iron farm. Right, so what I've done, guys, is built a little thing. Now, I've only got 16 beds in here and 16 villagers. But as you can see, under each of the beds is a workstation. Each and every bed. All the villagers have a bed. They have their professions, and right in the very centre, below that block there, is the bell. So that's where they're going to meet of a night time. So I think it's 9 by 9. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 9. And I've gone up 2 and no more, because what I've found, if you go any higher than the 2, you will get golems spawning in with the villagers, which I am getting at the moment, but it's very rare. I might get the odd one. But they do die because of the blocks, so they get suffocated, so it doesn't really clog the system up. I've brought my waters out, 8 on each side. I've put my waters in there, and then I've basically just cut off the excess. And then I brought this outer one out by 2. Now, I find that the golems aren't spawning any further out than this. Okay. So it's not really a bad thing, but it's working, guys. It is working. I think I emptied this about 10 minutes ago. And we've not had no golem spawn just yet. So, mind you, I've not been on it. I've just turned it back on. So they're not really going to spawn if I'm not on it, are they? And then I've done a water stream to send them to the middle. I have put signs along the top here to stop the water from going in. But the golems will drop into here on either side, and he will get whisked in. That water will bring him down straight into there. That one will bring him into there. And then we'll have the corners coming in. Now, if the spawn here, say, onto that part there, that will push him back into the stream and it'll send him on his merry little way. Now, it's working for me. I will actually prove the point in a very little minute. And then I've just done a basic kill chain before the golems to go into. So, now, the meeting time is normally 60,000 ticks, I believe. Now, if I set the time to 59,999. No, time set. Silly. Let's try that again. Time set to 59,999. Right, they're supposed to be going to the meeting point and then going to bed. But for some reason, they're going to bed just before the meeting point time. Which is really rather frustrating, because that is like a recent thing that's happened in the past half an hour. Now, as long as your villager, and this is to what I've read up on, guys, this isn't me saying this is gospel. Don't forget, it is a snapshot version, so things could quite possibly change. You need to find your bed, mister. Now, it used to be your villagers needed to have 10 urgent gossips a day. So basically, they had a big need to go and find someone to gossip to. a really big urgency. And you had to get 10 of them. Now, I believe Mojang have moved it to 5 gossips a day. So your villager needs to have 5 gossips a day. Or 5 gossips. Not particularly per day, but in total. Your villager also needs to sleep. And they also need to spend time at their workstation before a golem can spawn. Now, the spawning for these golems, to what I've gathered, is, because I've done a bit of testing, I've got a few on a testing world as well. Now, what I can gather is that the golems will spawn first thing in the morning when your villagers arise, and they will also try and spawn a golem just before they hit the workstation in the morning, so that's twice in the morning. And then they will also try at some point in the afternoon to spawn again. So that's the third lot of spawning sessions. And then just before they meet up, or just as they're on the way to the meet up point, they'll try and spawn again. And then just before they go to bed, they will try and spawn again. So that's 5 times. Now I actually done one in the testing world that spawned me 6 golems, but I did have 42 villagers in the little contraption that I made. I find it a lot easier really than all the faffing about with doors and getting an exact amount of villagers, because guys, when I was testing it out, I only had, I think I had, yeah, me 42 villagers. But I had, because I didn't actually do a collection system, no word of a lie, I had about 54 golems walking around like the entire perimeter of where I'd put me villager home, or my villager base if you like. So to what I can gather, I think it used to be 1 golem per every 10 or 11 villagers, something like that. And I had a lot more. Believe me, I had a lot more. So I don't think the amount of villagers restricts how many golems are spawning so far. Now, it could be bugs, it could be something else, but this is just what I've found with my own personal experience. Now, not game mode. I'm being totally daft. So if I can go on, right, as I get off. Right, we're going on time. Time set, and I'm going to set it to 0, get the villagers up. And there's 1 golem spawning straight off. So that is your morning golem. It can be more. It's like I've said to you, I've had up to 6 golems, but I did have 42 villagers in my thing. So he's going to come down there. He's going to go into his water stream here. And he's going to burn, and we're going to get iron. And there's another one on his way down. So that is your morning lot, guys. And when your villagers actually go back to work, you can hear them. You know, you can hear all the clanging and the banging and the everything else. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let them get to work. And then I'm going to set the time to meeting point time. But I might set the ticks at 59,000 just to give them that extra bit of time. Oh, there we go. That's the second morning spawn. And he's just been trapped in there, but I don't want to listen to all that clanging and banging. And so the system doesn't actually get like too bogged down. The golems are just going to go. Right, so there's the second spawn. So we've got another one from there. That's 3 golems, guys. Okay. Oh. And he's still dying in there. I could do with putting some magma blocks under the beds, to be fair, just to kill him off a little bit quicker, because it does take suffocation damage on a golem, takes forever. But I'm happy with this. This is my survival world. Did you hear that? Listen, guys. Make your noise, villagers. They've just heard that. That was the banging and the clanging of the workstations. so you know when they've gone back to work. You do not have to stay on site with this. I've actually been over there in my base doing other things, and the golems are still spawning. But it's like I said, it's only a snapshot that I'm playing in, so you can't take anything for gospel until the actual release has come out. Right, now they've done the work, I'm going to set the time to 59,000. Right, so that is just before they go to the meeting point. So that'll spawn again. They do try and spawn up sometimes in the afternoon, but I don't know whether that was a glitch or whether it wasn't, because it's happened twice, and then the rest of the time it's normally twice in the morning and twice in the evening. So we have Mr. Golem's gone down to the scrapyard down there. Now they're all at the bell in the middle. As you can see that they're all gathering in the middle, just under the bell. Now I like to put the bell a little bit higher up so it just doesn't obstruct or get in the way, guys. Perfectly good placing in my eyes. And then they shall go to bed. Are they going to spawn anything else? Really sore throat today. Right, so they're off to bed. If they can find them. It does take some of them a little bit. Most of them go to bed quite easy, and then you get others just walking past where they're supposed to be sleeping, like this guy here and that guy over the other side. But they do eventually find it. It doesn't take too long, probably a couple of minutes, and then they'll jump in the bed. They know where they need to go. It just looks like the AI's a little bit drunk, if you like. Right, so anyway, I'm going to go back to my thing, and I'm going to set the time for the morning. They'll get up in the morning. There's the other golem spawn. And in a very little moment, we shall get another one. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is actually working a lot better than the iron farms that I used to do with the doors. A heck of a lot better. You can stack the beds up and have one on top of the other. I've tried that one. But you do have to have a gap for every 2 beds so the villagers can actually get up there, if that makes sense. Or a ledge for the villagers to get up, because they need to get up to the other level to get into the bed. And I found if I had like something like this, I'd have to leave a gap here, put 2 beds, leave a gap, put 2 beds, and then leave a gap. And then the 4 beds that you put up here, the villagers will actually use. So you can stack the beds, but that means putting a higher ceiling on the villager chamber, which means you've got a higher likelihood of golems spawning in with the villagers. So I did scrap that idea. So you'll see my other golems coming down now. And for the amount of time I've been on here with you guys, we've got 21 iron plus probably 4, because I find you get between 3 and 5 iron per golem. So we have that. So guys, what do you think? Let me know down in the comments. Right, one thing I wanted to do and show you before I went. I have a village breeder here. I started off with 2 villagers. Obviously the farmland's in there, and these guys are collecting and replanting. Although it does take them a while to replant, they do it. I have put 4 composters in the corners, so I can have a couple of the guys turn into farmers so that they can do the business in there. Now the only difference with this, guys, instead of all the doors and everything else you generally had to have, put beds on the top. That's it. Make your roof out of beds. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your auntie, job's a good one. And I am literally bombarded with them. I've got loads and loads and loads of babies in there, and they can't get out because I've not done my railway system, because I haven't got a clue where they're all going, to be fair. So that's that, guys. That is my attempt at an iron farm for 1.14 version of Minecraft. And that is just a simple villager breeder. What more can you say? Do you know what? I've actually quite enjoyed these, and I'm quite enjoying working in the 1.14 version. You might see a little bit more of me in the near future. But who knows, eh? Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see you in the next one. Toodaloo!